Hello. Today I will be setting up and testing this device. What I wanted was a locator buzzer to help me find my quad. I sometimes fly in long grass, and I wanted something to use with my radio that I could use to locate my model if it went down in long grass. So I picked this up from Banggood. Let's see here. This is what it is. It's called the Matek Systems locator buzzer. Sorry, that was in Chinese. The backside is English. Let me set that up here. Battery monitor, discovery buzzer, and signal loss alarm. It's a 3-in-1 device. It's pretty cool. I don't really need a battery voltage monitor, but looks like I can't just use it as a signal. I just can't use it as a discovery buzzer only, so I'm going to have to hook this up to a power source. I actually tried running it just with this servo wire, which one is it, this one, into the receiver, and it wasn't getting enough power to work as just a standalone discovery buzzer. So it looks like I'm going to have to hook it up to the battery to make it work like that. There are other buzzers out there that are a little bit less bulky, that you can just hook up to your receiver. I didn't really know a lot about this, so I purchased this one thinking that it was more expensive, so it must be better. But you know, when I say more expensive, I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I think it was like, you know, $4 or $5. It's not super expensive, but I could be wrong on the price, but it was sort of in that range, so it wasn't terribly expensive. So anyways, so I'm going to set it up as the battery voltage alarm as well, so that way I don't have to keep hooking something into my balance cables to my battery every time that I fly. So I'll have something that's permanent. So I'll just have perhaps some extra battery alarms in my little flight case, just in case I need them. So hopefully everything will go smoothly. So what I have to do according to these instructions, I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, I'll probably post a picture of this anyway. So basically, you just have to hook the receiver wire into the receiver, of course. But then you got to power it. So you got to actually attach this. I'm going to do a test today, just using the battery balance charger thing here, and I'll just stick it in the appropriate areas. But if it works, what I'm going to do obviously is I'm going to solder it to. You can't really see, it's kind of dark in there, but you can see I got the power distribution board sticking out there. I'll just solder it directly on, so that'll give me, I won't have to use this every time that I fly, so that's great. So anyways, yeah, so let's begin with the test first, I guess. Okay, first things first. In order to do any test, I have to make sure it's working on my radio. So you have to set up your radio first. I use a Devo 10, and I'm using a deviation firmware. So let's see here. What I did to set this up was first go into model menu. Oh, sorry, model menu. Then I go to mixers. I go to the channel that I want to use, which is going to be my 6th channel, since I'm using the acro and auto leveling flight mode for channel 5, you can see there. So I'll go down to the next one, and I have channel 6. This is what I'm going to be using. So what you want to do, according to all the advice I got, was to make sure, go over here. There we go. Make sure it's set up to simple, and you want to set your source, which is the first thing here, to whatever one you're going to be using. whatever switch that you want to use. So what I used is the switch right here. So you can see it's responding. So my radio is now set up. So obviously if you were to change this to anything, you make sure that you press save. So I'll just press save again so you can see. And here I am. So my radio is pretty much ready now. And now what I can do is plug in my servo wire here, the channel, this wire here, and I'm going to plug it into my receiver to the proper thing. So since this is channel 6, so I'm going to make sure that I'm plugging it in to the proper spot on the receiver as well. So as you can see, I plugged it into my receiver. You know, when you're doing this, make sure that your signal wire is in the proper place. My particular receiver, the signal wire is on the inside, not the outside. So you can see the white wire is the signal wire, and I plugged that into the, I guess it's called auxiliary. I can't even see, it's too dark in there, but it's the right one. So what you want to do is make sure that you have that plugged in properly. And I didn't attach it to the power yet, so let's do that. So everything's plugged in. When I attached the power to the buzzer, I got a large beep, which is pretty loud. I plugged it in. I made sure that the receiver wire was plugged into the proper place on the receiver. I already showed you what channel I'm on, so I just turn off my radio. I get a beep here, I guess, I'm not sure why. That might be part of the signal loss alarm, which is also a function here. So let's turn on my radio. It is what do you call it? It's acknowledging that my radio is turned on. So now all it's left to do is to throw the switch to see if this works. Let's see how that works. That's great. It kind of stopped though. I kind of thought that it would continue going until I found the radio, or found the model. I guess I have to keep throwing the switch. I don't know if that's the way it should work or not, but you know, that doesn't really bother me so much. As I get closer and closer to the model, like, I guess I could just keep throwing the switch until I found it. Yeah, I don't know. So, but I would say that this is a success in that way. Yeah, so as I just flick the switch, it only gives a certain amount of pulses before it turns off on its own. So not a huge deal. You know, I kind of, like I said, as I get closer to the model, I can keep switching it on and off to get an idea where it is. And as I get closer and closer, I will eventually find the model. So anyways, kind of a success. So I guess the next part is going to be testing the low voltage detector as part of this. So that's not a huge, well, I mean, I'm gonna have to do it obviously, but I don't have any batteries which are, all my batteries are fully charged because I thought I was gonna be flying today. So maybe I'll make that the second part of the video. Anyways, so success in a test for the locator buzzer. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope this works for anybody who is looking to buy the Matek Systems 3-in-1 battery monitor, discovery buzzer, and signal loss alarm. Thanks for watching. I kind of discovered actually a way to test the low voltage part of this by accident as I was disconnecting everything after I made my last video, and I'm just flipping the switch again. See, everything's still working. But anyways, this is a good way to detect if the low voltage alarm is actually working or not. And I never thought about this until just now. So, without further ado, so I never thought of just disconnecting the main power from the battery. So let's get rid of this sound. Excuse me. So I guess that's a surefire way to see that the low voltage alarm is working. I just disconnected it from the battery while it was still connected, and I guess that's pretty low when there's no power. So so it works. So overall, I don't have to do any further testing for low voltage. You know, at what point does the alarm go off? I'm just going to have to double check some things and make sure that it's not going off at 0, but going off at the spot that it's going at. But that part of the device actually works. So I guess that's a pretty good indication. Anyways, that was kind of a surprise ending. So yeah, so now it's really the end of the video, and thanks for watching.